wrong. You got it wrong. We'll win on appeal.
Can we get your reaction? One of the most conservative federal appeals courts in the country has just said the president cannot use the Alien Enemies Act to quickly deport Venezuelan migrants. What's the administration's reaction to that?
You got it wrong, and there'll be one on appeal. You don't need to be a time of war to do the Alien Enemies Act. It needs to be an incursion, a predatory incursion, which I think occurred. There's numerous intelligence reports. You can look them up. FBI intelligence reports, intelligence community, that TDA is directly involved with the Maduro regime. They came here. They committed murders. They pushed drugs that killed thousands of Americans. They committed violent acts in cities and unsettled the cities. So I think they got it wrong. We'll win on appeal.
Even with that Bush appointee on the court saying that basically this doesn't constitute a country encouraging its residents to enter the country illegally.
It's wrong. You got it wrong. We'll win on appeal.
The president today previewed sort of a law enforcement action in New Orleans. Is that immigration related?
Pardon me?
The president today previewed law enforcement actions in New Orleans, similar to what might happen in Chicago. Is that going to be immigration related?
Yes, we're going to be immigration enforcement. I mean, that's what I'm involved in, right? So, the president said weeks ago, I said weeks ago, that with sanctuary cities, how we're going to address it, we're going to flood the zone. We got 10,000 more agents coming on, we're going to flood the zone. We don't have a problem, a biggest problem like Florida, where every sheriff and chief's working with us, or Texas. So where we're going to send our additional resources to sanctuary cities. Why? Because we know there's a problem there. We know for a fact they're releasing illegal alien public safety threats to the streets every day. So we're going to send the boots on the ground to the places that we know there's a problem. Address the biggest problems first, and that's your biggest cities, or sanctuary cities. Whether it's New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Portland, Seattle. I mean, they're sanctuary cities, and we're going to flood the zone. Sanctuary cities, I've said it 1,000 times, they're going to get exactly what they don't want. More agents in the communities and more worksite enforcement. If they won't let us arrest a bad guy in the safety and security of a county jail, where it's safer for the agent, safer for the alien, certainly safer for the community. If they're going to release them back in the community, then we got to send a whole team to look for that person, which they release a lot of people, and send a lot of teams. If we can't find them in the community, then we'll find them at the worksite. And when we go in the community, I want to make this clear, because sanctuary cities, again, will get something they don't want. When we find a bad person, and we will, if they're with others that aren't a criminal threat, but they're in the country illegally, they're coming too. So more collateral arrests are going to occur in sanctuary cities because you forced us into the community.
When can the jurisdictions expect you guys to flood the zone?
It's coming. I mean, I don't want to get too specific because we don't give them too much heads up, but it's coming. It's we've already started adding resources to some sanctuary cities, but operations are being planned. And it's coming, and it's the right thing to do. Remember after the election, Brandon Johnson said I wasn't welcome in Chicago. Guess what? The first place I went was Chicago, and I kicked off an operation there. And the first day, we arrested like 9 TDA members. We arrested like 7 or 9 child sexual predators. We arrested 2 illegal aliens that had homicide convictions walking the street. We arrested TDA members that were selling pistols with the switch, which means the pistol's all fully automatic now. We made Chicago safer in one day, and that's what we're going to continue doing. We're not going to let up. President Trump said he's going to prioritize sanctuary cities. That's exactly what we're doing, and I applaud Pam Bondi for suing sanctuary cities. It needs to happen. Sanctuaries are sanctuaries for criminals. They're not sanctuaries for law-abiding Americans. It doesn't help to have a sanctuary city, because that's where the highest crime rates usually are.
When is that going to begin, the immigration surge in Chicago, enforcement surge?
We'll see.
And in terms of the executive order that was signed by the Chicago mayor ordering their police not to collaborate with...
If the mayor don't want to help make his city safer, then they get out of the way. We'll do it for them. If they want to, for any elected mayor that doesn't want to help make his city safer, now I'm not saying every illegal alien is a criminal, public safety threat, but many are. And for any mayor who says, no, I'm not going to work with feds to make my streets safer, is ignorant. That's his number one responsibility, is the safety and security of the communities. If we don't want to help, step out of the way. Because we're going to do it. President Trump promised American people he's going to make this country safe again. We're going to do it with or without the help of sanctuary mayors and governors.
And what about the Guatemalan children that the administration attempted to deport?
Most disgusting decision I've seen in my career. Right? I've been beat up. Trump administration beat up. Zero tolerance, family separation. How dare you? And all these media stories that attacked us. Where's the media stories on 500,000 children being smuggled in this country, taken out of their families' hands, put in the hands of criminal cartels to be smuggled in the country? If I left my child in the car and went and get groceries, I'd be arrested. But 500,000 children put in the hands of criminal cartels to be smuggled in this country. The administration lost track of hundreds of thousands of them. They weren't looking for them. President Trump's the one that made the promise that we find these children. We already found 25,000 of them. As far as Guatemala, you got children that want to be with their parents. You got parents that want their children. You got Guatemala and the United States government meetings say that's the right thing to do. And now people are stopping us from reuniting the child with the parent? Disgusting.
But what about the attorneys who say that those children feared returning and that they
Fear returning to their parents?
to Guatemala because they are in fear of being put in
Their parents live in Guatemala. They're living in fear? It's ridiculous. They're playing a game. They're playing a game. For 4 years, I heard nothing except family separation, family separation. Now we're trying to reunite families, and they're fighting us on that. They don't know where to stand on this stuff. All I know is kids should be with parents.
How long have you all been tracking that boat yesterday that got blown up?
I can't comment on that.
And
Do you know what the
was
legal
any
justification was
specifics
for
of the
that?
cargo? Any specifics?
Not out of my lane. That's DOD, out of my lane.
Can you provide an update on the recruitment level of your ICE agents?
Yeah, well, yeah, look, we got well over 100,000. We got well over 100,000. I think it's close to 120,000, which exciting. I mean, I think there's 120,000 people that are as pissed off as I was the last 4 years open borders, and they want to come help secure the nation, make this country safe again. I think they're not listening to the false media about, you know, a minority of people ICE arrest are criminals. It's garbage. Every morning I read the data come into work. Every morning, about 22 pages of data I get every morning. About 70% of everybody ICE arrests are criminals. Who's the other 30%? Many of them are national security threats. We've arrested thousands of national security threats. Most of them don't have criminal history. They're here to lay low until they do the dirty deed. Many of them were fugitives. People who had due process at great taxpayer expense. Well, guess what? We're looking for them. And you know, because what ICE is doing in the interior, having 1,000 teams out there every day, that's a part of the reason we have the most secure border in the nation's history, because people now realize there's consequences for entering the country illegal, which is a crime.